one. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, mothers, fathers, daughters, sons, brothers and sisters. This is the Apex Online Racing Podcast 2 GT3 League for PC Tier 2, Season 11, Round 10, the Grand Finale, here at the Mazda Raceway Laguna Seca. My name is King-Kodiak and I'll be your commentator throughout this evening's race. Hosting the stream is Insuleventus, but bless him, he's been moving house for the last 3 days and may well not say very much. He's very lacking in energy somewhat, so you will hear my dulcet tones for the vast majority of the stream. Our champion is crowned for this tier. It is Capo, of course, winning 5 of the 9 rounds that we have had. And he, of course, joins us in his faithful black Lamborghini. He is crowned champion and cannot be touched. Murph is very secure in second. Is he with us? Yes, he is. There he is in his distinctive green Porsche. But there is a mighty battle, 3rd to 10th. Currently leading that battle is this man, Migzorn, in the Audi. He is on 179 points. 5 points behind is Dor in the next Audi. Then it is Dopey. He lies on 174 points along with Dor, so they are level on points at the moment. But if they were to stay that way, if both of them didn't finish, as Dor has a race win under his belt, he would be classed as 4th out of those two. Then it is TM Touring. Do we have Touring with us? Do we have Touring with us? I don't think we do. I do not see Touring in our list, so he will remain on 162 points. Then in 7th is Zero Stefan. Where is he? No, that's not him. That's Alex in the Nissan. Oh, Mighty Roar. Don't know, we haven't seen the Nissans much represented in this tier, or indeed in any tier. I have majority commented on tier 1 for this season to fill in gaps up there, and Insuleventus has done a brilliant job this season holding down the fort for this tier. But for this grand finale, tier 1 is fine, so I am here quite happily holding the fort for tier 2. Oops! Dor is wandering off the road after turn 3. He's currently on the pole spot, 121.980. Now starting to see times come on the board. Grease Monkey in the Rainbow Lamborghini was 2nd, demoted down to 4th. As Midweek Coma in the Hot Wheels Mercedes jumps up to 2nd, 1.2 off the pace at the moment, 123.185. There is Kravgar he's in the Acura. Yes, he is. I was about to say Audi, but no, he's most certainly in the Acura. Currently 3rd, 123.270. Trip in his distinctive black and red Lamborghini to 123.377. Very tight, actually, for the top few positions. Just Dor really up at the top, setting the pace. Neptune in his red McLaren slots in 2nd with a 123.177. Decent effort then for the veteran. He finds himself in 13th position with 102 points on the board as we enter this final round. So from 3rd down to, as mentioned earlier, about 10th or so, is very, very close in points for what will be, for the 3rd position, as the top 2, Murph and Capo, are pretty untouchable up there. Nice effort from Neptune. Ricoma is in 4th at the moment, about 123.185. So that is incredibly close. Between 3rd and 4th, and Shaggy Dan in the M6 jumps up to 2nd, 122.780. Nicely done. The Canadian really holding strong. Hasn't had the greatest of seasons in the M6. On 107 points in 12th, solid midfield position there. His best result of the season was 4th. And that was in. Oops! And I've commentated cursed him, and he has slung that one into the wall. That was actually in the Nürburgring where he got that particular result. Who else can we find? Murph jumping into 3rd position in the Porsche, 122.8, just 0.02 of a second behind Shaggy Dan. J. Cool in his Trollavision branded Audi in 4th position, 122.901, still that top spot belonging to that highly impressive pole time by Dor, 121.980. Where is he? He's coming down towards turn 5. Can he improve from that spot? We will keep an eye on that. Let's see if he does. Just making a slight adjustment to my windows here. Apologies for that. Oops, no, that's you're not going to improve by wandering off the road there, sir. Bring the speedo up so we can see how much fuel people have on board. There's Zero Stefan. I was looking for him earlier. Now I found him in the black and green Lamborghini, currently 6th position, 122 treble line. The Ripper. Oh, what might have been the dominator of the Nordschleifer. He's won. He did win another round. He also won in Dubai. And unfortunately has missed the rest of the season, which was a great shame. Oh, what might have been had he continued that kind of winning ways. He was absolutely untouchable in the Nürburgring in round 3. But he finds himself in 11th position on 111 points. He holds all the ones. At the moment, currently 6th in 6th position though. Capo, our champion, in 2nd now, 122, 296, 3/10 off of Dorse. And now the representative times are coming in. The gap to the pole spot is getting smaller and smaller, but he's still held by Dorr. Pitty jumps up to 3rd position in the Audi. 122, 438, just a 4.5 tenths off that all-important top spot. Nicely done. Who else can we see? Jumping back to the pits is Ryan Winch in the rather construction-orientated liveried Lamborghini there. Dopey out there in 11th place in the Audi on what's to be a flying lap. We only have 2 minutes 20 left of the qualifying session. Who shall we follow? Pitty and Capo seem to be close to one another. Oh no, Capo stopped. Pitty's coming in. You do have time to do something about it. But it looks like Lindholm has just started a lap. Let's follow him through as he's just coming through turn 2. The fast left-hander of turn 1 is long since passed. Now down towards 3. That's the Nissan already ahead of LX. Oh wow, Lindholm really sliding the car. He currently sits in 4th, 122, 622. Through turn 4. Wow, that Lamborghini looks lively. If that wasn't invalidated, I'd be very surprised, because that looked like he wandered off the road there. Now through 5. Just clips the apex, but again really struggling to keep the Lamborghini settled. Up the hill then, over the crest, turn 6. Before they continue the rise up to the top of the distinctive corkscrew. 7, 8 and 8A according to my map. So this double turn here is deemed as turn 8 by and large. That is the Hot Wheels Mercedes getting royally out of the way. Shaggy Dan jumps up back up to 2nd, 122, 262. Just under 3/10 off of Doors. Still mighty time as X-Cole jumps up into 3rd. Lindholm comes through turn 10 and comes in. So he did not improve and will not have time to do anything about that lap now. Door is out there, still putting in the laps to see if he can improve. He's coming up to the end of this current one. Is he on a time lap? Let's watch him come over the line. Does he improve from the already impressive 121.980, the only man to get under? He did! 121.858. He did improve on his time and has taken a few of the road cones with him. And that is the end of his qualifying run. Shaggy Dan is out there in the M6. Does he improve? He's coming into the last turn now. Zero Stefan's just jumped up to 2nd now, 122.104. Does the M6 beat that time? Oh, we have a new pole time by 8 thousandths of a second. Shaggy Dan, 121.850. Very, very nice. The checkered flag is about to come out, and there it is. Dopey's just crossing the line, and he jumps up to 4th then with a 122.105. So that is his day done. Pitty coming to the line in the Audi, 122.438. His way, he finds himself in 7th. He's got one of the Lamborghinis behind him. And over the line for Pitty, and it is no improvement for you. Ripper's just crossing the line. Does he improve? He does. 122.513 jumps up to 8th, but no higher. Mazda, his day is done. 12th position for you, 122.826. Storm, he's coming into the pit lane, so starts no higher than 15th. Trip is on. He's still pushing on. Shaggy Dan technically could complete the lap at speed. And as you can see, he quite clearly is. There's Trip. Coming through turn 10. Over to the right hand side. Takes the apex. Does he improve? 123.036. Over the line. Does he improve? Up to 11th, 122.702. Shaggy Dan called that one a day. And it is pole for the Canadian. Very nicely done. And I just need to quickly make an adjustment. Be right back. There we go, adjustment made. So Shaggy Dan takes the pole by 0.08 of a second over Door. Then Zero Fan 3, Dopey 4, Escol 5, Capo 6. Pity 7, the Ripper in 8th. Lindhold 9th, and Midweek Coma is in 10th position. There he is in the Mercedes. Well, and only 1.5 seconds was first to 21st. So that is exceedingly close. Let's follow the rest of the field down. There is Tripp, 11. Murphy, considering he's second in the championship, he finds himself in 12th in the Porsche. Kravgar in the Acura. Mazda, 14th in the Lamborghini. J. Cole, 15 in the Audi. 16th is Storm in the Lambo. Then it is Ryan Winch, 17th position. Migzorn. He's third in the championship, so a bit of a surprise to see him down there in 18th. Then it is our Sol Nissan of Alex in 19th. Neptune in the McLaren in 20th. Grease Monkey in the Rainbow Lamborghini 21. The Big Papa Beard, a late joiner to this series in the Z4 in 22nd. And there is Howie starting from the tail of the field. So a lot of work for him to do in the little Z4. Okay, for those unfamiliar with our GT3 series, this is a 2-minute countdown for the drivers to get the correct setup, make any alterations to aforementioned setup that they feel necessary before we get a 44 lap or 43 racing lap, 44 including the parade lap, race underway. Now it's a rolling start, so once the lights go out, the field will stay stationary, and after a few seconds, Shaggy Dan will lead the field away at... We'll bring up the map and the speedo. You can see exactly what's going on. There we are. Everybody will be fueled to the hilt, I would think. Oh no, I'm going to turn that one off. So, there are the lights. They will be ignored. And Shaggy Dan eager to get on with it, so not hanging around too long on the line. Will now lead the field away. Now, for the observant amongst you, I use miles an hour on my speedo, and I make no apologies for it. 80 miles an hour, 120 kilometers an hour is the speed limit for the parade lap. That's the view from the tail of the field from Esfel Howie. A lot of people ahead of him that's going to be doing what they can. Oh, that's slightly nauseating actually to watch from the roof of the Z4 when it's weaving away like that. Come being led through turn 4 rather. This allows everybody to get their tyres and brakes up to speed, up to temperature. And once we get beyond the corkscrew, usually near the beginning of sector 3 is when the formation point happens, and when then the 2x2 line is reformed. I wouldn't want to reform the 2x2 line before the corkscrew. I wouldn't want to be side by side through there. Has happened. It hasn't happened very successfully, but I have seen it happen. So once we get past the corkscrew, Shaggy Dan will reduce his speed down to 50 miles an hour, 80 kilometers an hour, and then the 2x2 line will be reformed. There he goes. And the field will then be led at this speed to the start-finish line. Once they come around turn 11, the final turn, once they have gone past the pit wall, they will Shaggy Dan will then floor it to indicate the beginning of the race. Round 10, the grand finale here at Laguna Seca. What a great circuit to see out the season. Oops, that looked really, really slow, but that's just the nature of the beast. So now it is up to Shaggy Dan on when he floors it, and look at that, that's 07. Actually, 07 nudged ahead of Door. And here we go, we're racing. Oh, wow, door banging already going on. They haven't even got through turn 1. We're racing here at Laguna Seca. Of course, that start gives Shaggy Dan a bit of an advantage. Already the braking boards are disappearing. On board with Dopey, X-Col, and Dopey side by side. There's the ACR liveried Audi. BMW, the top few seem to have gone through okay. No major incidents so far. Ooh, that was Capo that was getting very, very twitchy, I think. Ooh, bit of door banging, that is him. And rippers off! No, it was Linholt, beg your pardon. Can't click his name because every time I go to it moves. Come on, come here. Yeah, he's fallen all the way down to 20th because of that incident. As near as damn it last, he's now down with Grease Monkey and S4 Howie. That's one shove slightly wide to send the Lamborghini all the way down to the end. But jumping back out to our leader, Shaggy Dan. He's coming into the corkscrew. He's got himself 1.2 seconds already lead over Zero Stefan. X-Col doing what he can to stay in touch with the Lamborghini ahead. Of course, with the BMW further ahead of him. What a stunning effort from Shaggy Dan. His season best has been 4th at the Nürburgring. Hasn't been able to kind of get close to that since. So this will be a fantastic effort for him if he is able to take the race win at the end. Oh, but he's got Zero Stefan on his case though. Looking to try and take him off. And oh, we've got a few people in already. Trips in. Mazda is in. Look at the right name. Come on. There we go. And along with, that's Migzorn as well. So quite a few people coming in early. It didn't look like there was damage. Now there is a mandatory pit stop in this race. They don't have to take on fuel or tyres by rules, although the odds are they may choose to do so. And it's up to the drivers when they choose to do it. They can't take it at the end of the formation lap, and they must have one full racing lap after they've taken their pit stop. So that's the only rules as to when they take it. Up along the hill then, through turn 6 for our lead drivers. Going up to the corkscrew once again, it's now just 6 tenths between Shaggy Dan and Zero Stefan. X-Col in short order as well. He's only 1.5 behind. Oops, didn't look like the corkscrew went very well for the Audi behind, but still going on. And look at that, Zero Stefan getting a great run through turns 9 and 10. And he's closed right in on the BMW. Shaggy Dan is now really going to have to defend very hard. And the Lamborghini took a much tighter line through that final turn than the BMW. Is this going to be an opportunity then for Zero Stefan to take the lead? The top. And Murphy has now brought his Porsche in already. Doesn't look like it's damage on his car. He looks like he's just getting the pit stop out of the way. Storm as well brings his Lambo in. So it could well be that they're not damaged, they're just getting the pit stop done. It's a bit of a risk because if you then get damaged later on, you may have to come in again. So as S4 Howie brings his Z4 in from near the tail of the field, but Shaggy Dan is under all kinds of pressure now. We're only on lap 4, so we've got a long, long way to go. As Zero Stefan kicks up a bit of dust on the exit of turn 5. Through 6 then as they begin they continue to climb the hill. Just see X-Col on the background. He's losing pace against these two. Dopey is getting onto the back of X-Col. The two Audis are going to be crossing swords pretty soon. But look at the Lamborghini under the rear wing of the BMW now on board with Zero Stefan. And again, oh, that wasn't a good run through that turn 10 for Shaggy Dan. Side by side coming into the final turn. Shaggy Dan just hanging on to the lead for now, but that of course is going to slow the pair of them up. Shaggy Dan just about having enough drive to keep the Lamborghini behind for now, but is Zero Stefan going to get a move on the inside of turn 2? That left-hand king is turn 1, and no, Jekyll brings his car in for 14th, but Shaggy Dan's gone deep. Has left the door wide open for Zero Stefan to send that Lamborghini through. They're still side by side though. Then they miss. The BMW is going to have the next 2 inside lines. That's turn 3. Still side by side. There is X-Col and Dopey. Of course, their battling is bringing those 2 Audis in, and Zero Stefan has successfully got hold of the lead. That was a brilliant move. The outside of turn 4 for the Lamborghini is already Shaggy Dan having to defend straight away from X-Col. So if we get on the roof of the Audi of Dopey now in 4th, that top pack has really condensed with those corners between Zero Stefan and Shaggy down. Oh, big tank slapper there for X-Skull. I think he just about managed to keep it out of the wall. That's lost him a colossal amount of time. But let's not lose sight of this particular battle. Dopey then having to take a bit of avoiding action to not hit X-Skull. Is 1 point, well, just over a second behind Shaggy Dan. Can the M6 hang on to the back of Zero Stefan? Shaggy Dan's got another 10 litres worth of fuel. That will make a bit of a difference. Of course, the car will be a bit heavier. But of course, you know, just less responsive, needs more time to brake and all that kind of stuff. And look at that! Look at the drive that Zero Stefan's getting in his Lamborghini as the Ripper brings his car in as well. There he is. And we have got a penalty for Neptune. He's got himself a 1 second track limits penalty. That's how quick the pit stop can be. If you don't take on any fuel or tyres, that's how quick it can be. Literal stop and go again. That is all that is necessary to fulfill the pit stop requirement. And wow, Zero Stefan's pace is absolutely blistering at the moment. He was the fastest man on track last time around with the 1:24.4. Shaggy down 25.7 because those two were battling last time around. And there is that Howie ahead of them? It is. That is S4 Howie about to be lapped by our lead cars. So he will be under blue flags if they do catch up to him. There you see, the camera's looking the wrong way. There is Zero Stefan. Wow, he's really attacking the corkscrew hard. Doesn't stick to the heart of the second apex of the corkscrew. Now through turn 9. That sort of wider entry to stay tighter to the apex through that turn. Now through turn 10. There's the BMW and Audi of Shaggy Dan and Dopey. Into the final turn once again. Now Shaggy Dan having to play the defensive game against the Audi now. X-Skull is 2.5 behind this particular battle. Up ahead you can see Zero Stefan closing in on the Z4. The Z4 will be under blue flag conditions. He will have to get out of the way without holding up the leaders. And there he goes. Nicely done. You don't have to leap off the track to do it, but sometimes needs must. And this is going to hold up Shaggy Dan. Nope, he jumps to the inside and allows through second and third. Nicely done there for S4 Howie. And that is a big Papa Beard that's brought his Z4 in for his stop. Another person that brings the car in. There is our champion Capo, 7th. Behind Door and Pitty. So there was a battle there, 5, 6 and 7. Also big train of cars behind Kravgar. There it is. Kravgar in the Acura defending hard against Ryan Winch in the Lamborghini. Then you've got Alex in the Nissan, Neptune, McLaren, Lindholt, Lamborghini and Grease Monkey. That is at the back of that. Actually a better ride on board with Lindholt. Look at the Nissan. That's Alex on Ryan Winch trying to have a go for 10th position. Oh, and wow, they condense up. Whoa, well saved by Ryan Winch. Then that Lamborghini gets very, very twitchy coming into the corkscrew. Oh, just a lovely cacophony of roar as they all fly on through turns 9 and 10. Capo is in. Oh, and there goes, that's Lindholt, I think. Oh, along with Kravgar, yep. A lot of people coming in at this point. A lot of people getting their pit stops out of the way early. Jumping back up to the top then. Now we're seeing the 23s come on the board. 23-0 versus Zero Stefan. We're almost into the 22s already. There goes the lead Lamborghini. He is gone. He has got himself 2.5 seconds over Shaggy Dan. But the... Oh no! Commentator curse for the M6 of Shaggy Dan. He's overcooked it at turn 4. He's got to be very, very careful how he rejoins. He rejoins just ahead of midweek coma. And then no particular problems caused for other people around him, but that's cost him so much time. What a shame for Shaggy Dan, our pole sitter, now down in 7th, and he's got that big pack behind Ryan Winch. As you can just see in the background, 8, 9, 10. I think it's just 8, 9 and 10 now with the pit stops going on. There were another couple of cars in that group when we last looked at them. To the corkscrew there. Oh, Neptune getting a bit twitchy on the braking. Out of the corkscrew then over to the right hand side to sweep through turn 10. It's so easy to get that turn on and just sail off into the dust. But no such problems for these guys. And they continue on. Another battle we've got going on, another 3-car battle. As Midweek Coma brings his Mercedes in. is here. Tripp, Murphy and Migzorn. Tripp, we know, has been through the pit, or quite a few of them people have been through the pit already. Lambo, Porsche and Audi in this particular pack. Are they going to beat the Mercedes of Midweek Coma out? It's going to be tight, I reckon. There goes Capo. There's Tripp that leads that 3-car train we're looking at. No, Midweek Coma should get out fairly comfortably ahead. Of course, where the pit lane exits is on the exit of turn 2. And there you see the Mercedes of Midweek Coma coming out of the pits. A bit closer than I thought it would be, actually, in hindsight. But no problems there. But Shaggy Dan has got a whole lot of company now. Finds himself in 6th. That is not Dorr already ahead of him. Dorr is 5 seconds down the road. That is Espohawi. We will be getting a whole screen full of blue flags. Now, he doesn't have to jump out of the way unless he's directly holding somebody up, as Dopey gets his name on a penalty board with a 1 second penalty for him. And he's come in the pits from 2nd position. On the roof of the McLaren of Neptune. Now look how close Ryan Winch is. Once again, the BMW of Shaggy Dan finding himself in all kinds of hot water at the moment as Howie brings his car into the pits again. So his race is going from worse to disastrous. Lap 10. Now of 44, and Shaggy Dan going for either went too deep into turn 2 or just opted for a much wider line. That really keeps the pressure on. I thought Ryan Winch actually went into the back of the M6 there. Look how close they are. That's the view from inside the Lamborghini. And again, not a good drive for Shaggy Dan on the exit of turn 4. That's where he had his spin. That puts Ryan Winch on the outside, coming through 5. That's risky, and Shaggy Dan could well have run him out the road, but very respectful racing from the M6. That's also Neptune in the background, having a look on the inside of LX, coming into 6th, but didn't commit to the move. Oh, was Neptune a problem? Oh no, Neptune spun it! Whilst trying to push for the position, he's overcooked that at turn 6, and there comes Dopey in the Audi. Oh, what a shame for Neptune. Back up to this particular battle then, as LX is... He's there he is in the Nissan. As the top of the field have pretty much spread out now. Ryan Winch positioning himself for a move on the M6 for 5th position. That's Shaggy Dan had a good drive coming out of the final turn to keep the Lamborghini at bay for now. Neptune brings his car into the pits. Most of the field have pitted now. This battle continues. Jumping back a little bit further, we've got this big pack of cars that is headed by Midweek Coma in the Mercedes. There is Tripp in the Lambo, then Murphy in the Porsche, Migzorn in the Audi. Oh, soon looked like he was getting very squirrely coming into turn 2, and then Mazda in the Lamborghini. That, I think, is Lindholt. Yeah, Lindholt's not too far off the back of this train, nor is J. Cool, and there is Grease Monkey. So quite a lot of cars in a very short period of time. There is Neptune. He was in the pits quite a long time. That's Storm coming through. So that is down to 20th now for the McLaren. What a shame for the AOR veteran. Well, this pack continues to have its battle. Also keeping an eye up here, Shaggy Dan still fending off Ryan Winch in 5th position, but that is bringing the Nissan into play. And in comes Ryan Winch for his stop. So that allows LX an easy route into 6th position, and that is Pitty in as well. I don't think there's many people that haven't been through the pits yet. Who is in a battle at the moment? Here is Migzorn, there is Master not too far behind. This battle once again, the Midweek Coma, Tripp, Murphy and Migzorn, 11, 12, 13 and 14. There you see on the left, Ryan Winch and Pitty, so they're going to gain those two, or this pack will gain those 2 positions. All that Audi could well get interested in this battle from where he's going to reappear. That's man, no, who's that? Lindholtz? No. Pitty. There we go, I was trying to find his name, and he comes out literally right behind As Tripp now gets on. Tripp and X-Cole are on the penalty board now. All 1 second penalties. So nothing too detrimental unless you're in a pack that's this tight. But look at that. All of this is for position. Midway Coma 9, Tripp 10, Murphy 11, Migzorn 12. Ooh, gets very squirrely coming through turn 5. And then slightly further back is Pitty and Mazda. And then behind them you can just see there the two Lamborghinis of Ryan Winch and Lynn Holt. Only 1.3 seconds behind them is Jekyll. Then 1.8 is Grease Monkey. Storm is about 4 seconds behind that, but he's got Neptune in short order as well. So those two in a battle. But up front, Shaggy Dan now back up to 4th after his earlier spin. Is being chased by LX, so those two are not quite in challenging position. But look at that again, jumping back to this battle. This train is huge. It's difficult to know where to look. You've got Zero Stefan that's 10 seconds in the lead in the Lamborghini. X-Cole is 3.2 ahead of Door. Then you've got the battle for 4th, Shaggy Dan and LX, as we mentioned. Battle for 6th, Dopey and the Ripper. That's separated by around about a second. And Capo is 2.5 seconds off the back of the Ripper. Then Midweek Coma is the big train, the head of the train, from himself in 9th right the way down to Grease Monkey in 18th. That's the view from the tail of the train. That is absolutely amazing. And then 3.5 seconds back is Storm, who's got the McLaren of Neptune in tow. That's 19th. Big Papa Beard, sadly, is 22 seconds off the back of Neptune. And he's going to keep getting blue flags, unfortunately. Hasn't gone well for Papa Beard. Kravgar is in the pits and gone. We have lost Kravgar from the race. A shame. And there is S4 Howie's Z4. Down to 21 cars. A great shame indeed. It looks like this train kind of disperses a little bit. There's Grease Monkeys falling a bit off the back of Migzorn. The two Audis of Migzorn and Jay challenging for 16th. They've fallen a little bit off the back of Lynn Holt, who is keeping the pressure on Ryan Winch, who in turn is trying to keep the pressure on Pitty. It is amazing battling throughout the field. Oh, look how close that is. Who's the two Audis? That was Jekyll and Migzorn. View on Migzorn's car heading through turn 4. Fastest car on track, unsurprisingly, is Zero Stefan. 1:23.3 or 1:24.2 was the lap he's just done. It was 23.3 before that. So he is in very much a league of one. Shaggy Dan 24.2, 24.0 was Alex right behind him, so he's still under a lot of pressure there in 4th. Shaggy Dan is in. And there goes Alex in the Nissan behind. So it's going to be interesting to see where Shaggy Dan reappears. Let's keep an eye on again. The reason why I keep jumping to this train is, well, look at it. It's so much fighting going on. All 4 essentially 9th, and low, that was Midway coming very deep on the exit of the final turn. This is going to give an opportunity to the black and red Lamborghini of Tripp. Then can he get this move done coming into turn 2? There's turn 1. He's already got it before they get to the braking zone of 2. That puts Tripp very tight to the apex, but he's got that done. Looks like Murphy then trying to get through as well on the inside of the Mercedes. Doesn't draw alongside enough though. He'll have to bide his time on when he tries to make the move as well. When does Shaggy Dan reappear after his pit stop? In 8th position, so still quite a way ahead of this battle going on. And already, look at that, the Lamborghini really breaking free. The Mercedes and Murph trying a big dive on the inside of 5. It's not a big braking zone there, so you've got to be very brave to make the move. Doesn't pay off for Murphy though. And more a statement of intent. But as they wander a bit too wide coming through turn 6. There you see the two Lamborghinis behind, Mazda and Pitty side by side, nearly impact between. Actually, that Ryan Winch Oh, sorry, it wasn't Pitti. Pitti's in the Audi. Ryan Winch and Mazda were the ones side by side in their Lamborghinis. And now you can see right on Murphy's case is Pitti in the Audi. This is why I was concentrating so much on this particular pack. Oh, and the tail of that of Pitti's car just get very loose coming through turn 10. But on they battle. Midweek Homer trying his best to break away from the Porsche and keep up with Tripp in the Lamborghini, but Tripp is gone. He's given himself quite a sizable gap already. There he is. He was 1.4 seconds quicker. J-Core brings his car in from 20th position. And on the back of the train is Migzorn. He's caught back up with this pack. Grease Monkey now has fallen off this particular pack. Whether he's got damage, of course, we can't really tell unless it's really catastrophic damage. Oh, there's a slowdown warning. Or a very bad run through turn 4. As Migzorn then flies past Lindholt. Mazda looking again to try and make a move. Oh, that's brave. You're going to try and move there. Oh, lots of dust being kicked up there by Midweek Comer. Mazda really had to get out of that. There goes Migzorn. Can he fend off Lindholt? Keep up, cameraman. Ooh, impact between the two Lamborghinis. And Lindholt doing the right thing there, allowing Mazda back into position. That actually held up Grease Monkey a little bit. On they go, the three Lamborghinis. Oh, and Mazda is a bit wide coming out of turn 9. There you saw, I think it was actually Storm and Neptune just about to get into that particular shot. So that train now had finally broken up. There is Storm and Neptune, as mentioned, at the top of the shot in the pink and white Lamborghini and the red McLaren, respectively. Streaming on down to turn 2 once again. Oh, whoa! That's a huge move from Lindholt. Wow, he made that. He committed to that such a long way back. Bit of door banging going on, but Lindholt up into 15th position. Mazda is then trying to make a move straight away back into turn 3. Impact between the two Lamborghinis again. Lindholt just about hanging on to the position, coming on the outside of turn 4. Mazda flies through on the inside, back up into 15th. Grease Monkey is there as well in case it all goes wrong. He's got a great ringside seat for this. Lindholt was way too close to the apex. That's going to compromise his exit from it. Storm and Neptune then getting involved. Well, a little bit further back for Storm. Oh, that's a big slide there for the Lamborghini. Neptune seizes that opportunity, flies through on the inside to come up into 18th position. Alex brings his Nissan in. Oh, slow that thing down, Neptune. He did indeed. Wow, still battles continuing throughout the field. Battle for 4th, Dopey and Ripper. Shaggy down, of course, before his pit stop was involved in this battle, but that's he's now in 7th with Alex bringing his car in. JK, wow, he's been in the pits quite a while. Oh, he's coming again. So where did Alex reappear? Alex comes out. This is the line that you take when you come out of the pits. That on the right there is Ryan Winch, I think. No, that's Migzorn on the right. Ooh, who's going to win that one? That's close. Oh, pity, that was very close. Race leader Zero Stefan is in. He had a good 10-second lead, so I would imagine he's going to resume that. Oh, Pity spun it. And very wisely gets out of the way of a Neptune Storm that came through. As JK gets his name on the penalty, J Cool rather, a 20-second penalty for him just to make his day even worse at the back of the field. Dopey's got a 2-second penalty now, which would, if the race finished now, drop him behind the Ripper, but that gap is increasing slowly but surely, or has increased this lap if nothing else. Ryan Winch on the back of Midweek Coma. The Mercedes has had a terrible run on the exit of the corkscrew. Oh, what on earth has happened there? Big lag moment's gone on. Oh my. Something has gone horribly wrong. Everybody is jittering around. Well, quite a few people are jittering around. X-Cole's still going. Insort, are you with me, sir? No, Insort has
yes, I am. They can't hear me though.
Ah.
Yeah, I can.
Insel is with me. So Insel, are you seeing the same thing as I? Lots of people just stationary.
There's actually been some lag on my end. Absolutely. There's been some cars just flying off into the wall. I figured it was on my end because it didn't happen for you, it seems. And we have Crabgar in chat as well.
Crabgar.
Yeah.
We indeed we lost. Well, we've got a very strange scenario going on here. As a lot of people on my screen are stationary. X-Cole is leading the race. Door 2. Trip 3, he's still going. I've got a lot of cars just sat still. Murphy's still going in the Porsche. He's now up to 4th.
I remember seeing Crabgar's car was stuck in the pits after he left.
See, Zero Stefan on my screen is stationary. That is at turn 3. It's out of interest, Insel. Is Zero Stefan moving on your screen?
Well, are you looking at it now?
I'm looking at Zero Stefan now.
Oh, you're looking at Ryan for me.
Excellent. We have a big problem. See, Ryan is stationary for me, so that is going to make commentary rather interesting. I'm back up to X-Cole now.
Okay, so it doesn't change on my screen then, so it seems like we have a kind of a disconnect between
we have a major disconnect going on. I should be able to reconnect to the server, I think. I'm going to give that a try. Oh, there we go. I've now been disconnected from the session. So, yep, I'm now going to have to try and reconnect.
Yeah.
Which I should be able to do. So, give me a few
minutes. I can commentate on this battle, though, because Ryan is just behind Midway Common. He's actually going to make a move. He's going to in this, on the inside there. I really don't know the names of these corners here. It's going to be on that turn before the big uphill section, and Ryan actually backs out of it as Midway Common manages to stay in that position still. There they come up to that super tricky part, which I think is so tricky. It's the one where you have to brake so hard and then dive into that the downward hill there. Would become still safe from Ryan, though. Ryan is getting the spotlight here as we can't really change the cameras yet. So yeah,
I'm rejoining now. So with a bit of luck, that should resolve the very weird issue. I haven't had that one before. I had half the field just completely stationary, and the rest still going, and then I got binned out.
Yeah, it was a bit strange. Suddenly when I had some lag on my end. I don't know if it was because of my connection. I am on a wireless connection as well, so...
Okay, 17 cars remain, so it would seem there was probably a big problem for several drivers. But Zero Stefan, just to confirm, Insel, that you are seeing the same cars there. So Zero Stefan, Dopey, Ripper, Capo.
Yes.
Yeah,
it's working now.
Good. Okay, so we're down to 17 cars, so several people did have a big problem there. Let's jump to the back of a big train that ends at... Big Papa Beard. I thought it was actually J-Cord. It was not. Big Papa Beard. No, my timings need to sort themselves out because it was telling me that everybody was close to somebody else. So hopefully my timings will sort themselves out in the next few laps. Of course, because I've had to reconnect, that is all going to shuffle around for a little while, or probably for the next couple of laps. But we're looking at the Ripper. Is it Dopey ahead of him? Yeah, so there is a battle, 2nd, 3rd and 4th. So that is Dopey, Ripper and Capo. Oh, and that's Dopey getting out of it. So Dopey either had a slowdown warning there or... Okay, what's going on here?
I think you might want to take a look at the chat, by the way.
I didn't actually have chat open. Are we halting this race? So it looks like everybody is just slowed down.
We are restarting the lobby, actually, unfortunately.
Oh, that's going to be interesting.
Yeah, so we have Trip in chat as well now. It says mass disconnect, he got kicked, and there was a lobby split as well, so it's been everything now. Disconnecting and everything.
Excellent. Well, unfortunately these things happen. So we're going to start from, I assume, around about lap 20 or thereabouts. Well, not a lot we can do about this, ladies and gentlemen. It's technical glitches do happen, and in the instance where a mass disconnect, where 4 or more cars basically drop at the same time, it is treated as a mass disconnect. The lobby's restarted. unless you're very near the end of the race, and then the race can agree to be called. But we were less than halfway through, so the lobby will be restarted from a agreed point. It was around about lap 20 I noticed things starting to go a bit cuckoo, so we'll see if we have, in which case we'll have 24 laps to still run. But yeah, wow, what a race we were having up to that point. It was a great shame that it has ended that way.
It seems like it's ended that way for Tier 1 as well, unfortunately, so Tier 1 is dead also.
Wonderful. So sadly something has gone bang at SMS, but that's the nature of the beast, unfortunately. I think, Kinsel, if you throw us to a holding screen, we'll get the server back up as soon as we can. We'll get the commentary going as soon as we can, and we will return to you once that occurs.
We are muted. Yeah.
That
wow.
was bizarre.
This game, man.
I haven't had that in ages, in fairness.
Looks like the servers shut themselves or something because Tier 1 died also. I was actually thinking it was my connection because I wasn't really too sure how stable it was going to be, considering like I moved and everything. So it seems like the problem was in the game then.
It would seem so.
Yeah, there's a guy, Oliver, it's probably Howie in chat. He says, we restart the lobby, but we maybe make a rerun next week. I can just jump down there quickly and
see what you can find out.
Yeah, they're gonna rerun it next week. So
wow,
I really don't know what to say.
That's a great shame, but unfortunately, then this race is being postponed. And
okay, I'm gonna unmute this for a second.
Okie dokie.
3, 2, 1.
Well, unfortunately, it's the race is being postponed. It is not being restarted this evening. That's purely down to how far into the race we got. The decision to rerun it as opposed to rerun half of it. Of course, bearing in mind that if you restart it halfway through, the whole field is condensing. It's like a safety car coming out, essentially, but without a trigger, without a major incident. So it's been decided that the race will be rerun this time next week, or at a time that will be disclosed in the forums. So unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen, we cannot bring you the climax of this season. It will have to hold, but we will be back nonetheless with our PC GT3 Tier 2 drivers. Thank you very much, Insol, for hosting the stream, and hopefully you will rest and recover well for next week. I've been King-Kodiak. Thank you very much for being with us throughout the stream, and we will see you back for more AOR action. Thank you very much, and good night.